Hello there everybody, this is Gongora1645. Welcome back to more Let's Play Lost Odyssey. Yeah, you may be wondering, why aren't we at Grandstaff? Well, to tell the truth, I kinda lied to you guys about going to Grandstaff in the next video. But well actually, what I meant to say was, it's not going to be this video that we're going to Grandstaff, it's going to be the very next one, I swear to God. So, yeah, the reason why I put it off was because I decided to go ahead and get the rest of the Royal Seals, and that is basically what you're seeing here. And also the reason why I decided to just give you a full 30-minute video or whatever, about 31 minutes, well, because I can, and not only do I get all the Royal Seals, but I also show off two little extra things. One thing I wanted to show off, if you guys remember when we were running around the Uhra sewers as Seth, we came across a little preview where we can view the secret cave. Well, the secret cave is actually a little secret dungeon, so yeah, there we can, well, fight some new monsters, get a couple of treasures, and we'll also learn a little bit more about Gongora's plans and really why he wants to take over the freaking world. And that's basically that. And, yeah, the first thing we get is the Royal Emblem, which allows you to have barrier in effect all the time. However, if the Immortal does not know the skill Royal Equipment, he cannot use it. He or she, whatever, who cares. Anyways, Miss Treasure, which is Refreshera. Refreshera, yeah, kinda like a more powerful version of Regain, or whatever the hell the spell was before. And it actually took me a couple of tries to actually navigate my way through this hellhole. And the hellhole is actually located back in the Black Cave. Just thought I'd mention that too. And also, I'm kind of trying a little bit of a different setup this time. I'm trying to get the video view size a little bit bigger. And in this Royal Seal, we get the Master Sword and the Master Ring. I have no idea what Link's sword is doing within one of Lord Toten's Royal Seals. Whatever. I gave the Master Sword to Kaim, and the Master Ring, I gave that to him as well. As you'll see in just a moment after I finish navigating my way through here. And by the way, yes, this is a post-commentary. And another thing I want to mention right now, this is going up pretty much the same day I'm recording this, but not a few hours later, more like several hours later. And yeah, this is very unusual for me, especially because I haven't done something like this since Diddy Kong Racing, when I uploaded a video like on the same day I recorded it and everything. Where this is kind of different, like I'm recording commentary over a video, post-commentary, and then uploading it later. But in essence, it's kind of the same thing. But anyways, we find a new Pipot, and again, it's in one of the stations of Uhra. It's actually in the second train station. You can get there by either taking a train to like the central square of Uhra or something, and well, after you confront Gongora in Uhra and crap, you'll pretty much get this weird-ass speech over and over again in an endless loop whenever you're in the train station or within the central square area of Uhra. And to tell the truth, it does get annoying after a while being here, and the reason why I wanted to, just show off the train station, because I can for one, and I found some other items, a Pipot, and as you'll see in just a few short seconds, I find a little something else here. And, judging by the sequence, another dream has finally been unlocked, and this dream is known as Little Liar. as you'll see in just a moment. So, what am I going to talk about today? Not too sure, actually. Yeah, see, he's a little liar. Well, recently, Wario finally got partnered. I'm not sure. I think she is partnered with someone. I mean, yeah, I do know she's partnered with somebody. And to tell the truth, it's the same affiliation as Shadow Mario XLI, Mega Freak 400, Guy Crusher 9, and K-Man Rolls 1331. And yeah, here is the very last Royal Seal. Instead of getting an item, we get a little something else instead. You'll see pretty much right now. Yay, it's access to a brand new dungeon. Actually, this is kind of optional, and it's actually pretty small. It's known as the Secret Cave, as I mentioned before, just a few minutes ago. And yeah, here, there's only one type of monster that you'll be fighting for the most part, and yeah, that's essentially it. The Secret Cave does have quite a number of treasures, so don't forget to pick them up on your way out. There's actually two ways to get out of the Secret Cave. The one is to go back from where you came. The second exit, we'll actually see that pretty shortly. What am I going to talk about now? Well, I do know I am going to be finishing up Lost Odyssey sometime very soon. I mean, the next recording session, I'm going to be finishing up the main game completely. I swear, and sorry for hitting my microphone again. Well, actually, I just hit it once in this recording session, but still. Sorry for hitting it nonetheless. So, yeah. Grandstaff is pretty much the only place where we have left to go to, and after that, game's over. And, yeah, that's essentially that. Okay, so here is the first new enemy and the only enemy we'll be seeing in this area, and that is Experiment 47 Alpha. Yeah, Experiment 47 Alpha. At least I think that's what the A stands for in the experimental code names. However, I may be wrong completely. Feel free to correct me in the comments section below. So, yeah, you may have noticed some advertisements starting to be displayed on some of my videos. Well, the reason why they have advertisements is because I've enabled revenue sharing on my account, and I also am trying to monetize as many of my Let's Plays as I can. I mean, some I still do not have any advertisements on whatsoever, but I'm still trying to get most of the videos monetized with ads. Sure, they're pretty annoying to get rid of, but hey, that's the way it is if you want to make some money. To tell the truth, I need as much money as I can, especially in this economy that we live in nowadays. For those of you who live overseas in like the United Kingdom, this doesn't really apply to you, but for those who live in America, this is an entirely different story. Okay, what am I to talk about now? I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I still got a lot of time left on my hands, like over 20 minutes worth. And sorry to say, I still don't have much of anything to talk about. Well, I guess one thing I could mention is the confusion status. I think I mentioned that before, but again, I don't recall. I might have mentioned it a long time ago, but anyways, the confusion status, well, if you happen to use the attack command, you'll attack a random enemy. And if you happen to use a magic spell, whether it be healing or just attacking, you'll hit a random target. If you're using a healing spell and you are confused, then well, you're not necessarily going to be able to hit your target and heal the person who you want to heal. However, when it comes to attacking spells, you'll just attack a random enemy with that spell. So, in essence, you can't hurt yourself with confusion like you could in like other Final Fantasy games. Like Final Fantasy X is one of those games. Also, speaking of Final Fantasy, I mentioned this before in like a live recording session of like towards the first video of the first endgame of Disc 1. However, that recording got scrapped and you weren't really able to know this information. Anyways, yeah, did you know that this game was actually created by the same person who also made the Final Fantasy series? That's actually very true. Seriously, look it up. This was one of the games that this person wanted to create. One of several projects he was working on. I forgot his name, dang it, so feel free to let me know in the comments below what his name is, but another game he created was also Final Fantasy XII. There was also some other games he created too, but I cannot recall them off the top of my head, so, man, that stinks. Oh well, what can you do? Especially with a crappy memory and you know, just a bad attention span, pretty much like me. But whatever, that's pretty much past. What's done is done, I guess. So, what am I to talk about now? I am still trying to get partnered with somebody at the very least, either the game station, full screen video, or even Yellow Lions Machinima. I don't really care, I just want to be partnered. But, I'll go over the reason why in a little bit, but reason, cutscene.
Trapped. You know you get scared way too much, Shorty.
Yeah, well, you look scared too.
Oh, very clever. Funny. Yeah. What is your problem? What, are you hiding behind your mama?
Wait, what did you just say?
Okay, okay. If we go against each other, we play right into Gongora's hands.
It looks like something's happening. Keep on going.
Looks like we got a good chance.
Okay, getting back to what I was saying now, dang it, I lost my train of thought. Dang it, cutscenes. I hate it when they interrupt me and just, you know, completely throw my thoughts off. And I'm sorry for hitting my microphone again. I hit it with my wire this time, oddly enough. Anyways, these magic dolls that are created by the alchemist, they're nothing really special. They're just really, they're very easy to take down, and they pretty much go down in one hit. After all, you did encounter similar models of Grand Staff in the first half of it, but to tell the truth, they're not as powerful as the ones we fought on Grand Staff, as I mentioned. And also, the Alchemist is completely invulnerable to magic damage. Well, maybe not completely, it only does 1 damage for each magical attack dealt. So, yeah. Attack it physically, and you'll defeat it within a matter of seconds, or a matter of just 1 turn. So, what am I going to talk about now? I don't know for sure. The topic I wanted to talk about just popped right back into my head, and then popped right back out.
What a waste of time.
Something to do with wanting to get partnered. Maybe talking to myself would actually bring it back up. But again, I don't know. I mean, self-talk is actually a very useful tool, and is actually one of the best tools that a human being actually has. Seriously, talking to yourself, it may sound weird, but it actually does help if you actually think positively and actually talk to yourself positively. I'm serious. I mean, recently I've been, going through some counseling, to help my depression and everything like that. And one of the things I've learned during these counseling sessions is that, talking to myself actually does help. And it can actually make me feel better if I actually talk positively about certain events or certain situations, etc., etc. Seriously, try talking to yourself and thinking positively. It'll actually do wonders. Just be careful where you do it, though. Otherwise, people may think that you're weird. I mean, I'm a pretty weird guy myself. I mean, look at me. I'm talking to myself while playing a video game. I mean, after all, it is kind of the same thing if you actually look at it at a certain standpoint, a certain view. But, again, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, more cutscene time. Yeah, no voices at this point, but just a little bit after we figure out what the hell this thing is, we get voice acting.
I'm sent on a mission. I'm not from this world. However, I've been sent to investigate this world. I have teleported across time and space. My consciousness continued even after I took on a physical form, and remains to this day. My home world and this world, for some reason, the two worlds seem to be linked on the same axis across space and time. Our world was becoming extremely unstable. Reports have begun to circulate that it would collapse. We believe this to be caused by interference from another world. This world, that was on the same axis as ours. Our pure and tarnished world was being warped and distorted by some unknown force, not unlike a virus distorting a living being. Over the course of time, we realized that this virus could well be a soul or spirit. The interference from that other world was from the souls of its inhabitants. They were producing some form of energy that was distorting our world. Why did it have such an influence? To understand the cause of this phenomenon, to study this interference, we established a quantum teleporter, a means to send our consciousness to this other world. And so we came to investigate. Including myself, there are 5 investigators. The others are Kaim Barganar, Zeth Balmar, Ming Numara, and Sarah Siswaji. We arrived here without memories of our home world, and now live among the native inhabitants of this world while we carry out our mission. 1,000 years was chosen as a time frame sufficient to develop a deep understanding of this world's inhabitants. The way we arrived, with our memories locked away, has allowed us to become like the people we now live among. However, I awoke to the memory of this mission some days ago. I am leaving this recording so that this world may know that I existed. Given that time flows differently on the two worlds, we shall appear to neither age nor die on this world. The 1,000 years of our investigation is equivalent to the passing of only a single year on our home world. With the difference in the flow of time, we live much longer lives than those around us. By immersing ourselves in the history, culture, thoughts, and habits of this world, we succeeded in gathering detailed data. We will transmit our experiences to our home world, in the hopes that it will give us the means of saving it. An unexpected result of our mission is that the Tower of Mirrors is causing a variety of odd changes in the natural order of this world. Wild animals run amok, and there are many sightings of monstrous creatures. The natural magic energy of this world has changed. This may in fact be a blessing. Magic energy has dramatically improved the lives of these people. When our consciousness was reconstituted within our new bodies, there was a resonance with the magic energy. The possibility that our existence has imparted even greater strength to this world's magic energy is very likely. We have seen much in our 1,000 years here, which brings us to the true nature of the virus. The lives and history of the people here are extremely ordinary, and we have seen many dynasties rise to power and fall again into oblivion, as if they were nothing but trivial occurrences. And yet the existence of the virus on our world shows that the events of this world had a tremendous impact, making a history that will never be recorded in any book here. Their feelings that dominate the minds of the people of this world, their hopes and desires, their love and their hatred, their very lives and deaths, the events that bring fear or happiness to their every moment, all of these resulted in massive waves of something that interfered with our home world. The hearts and minds of the people is what moves this world. At certain times, this was evident by the feelings of affection toward others. At other times, it was shown by the unrestrained drive to satisfy a great ambition. In the time we have lived among the people of this world, we have realized that these feelings, previously unknown to us, profoundly affect them. And the effects of these feelings are causing the massive energy waves that are affecting our home world. From our standpoint, these feelings are simply a virus. But in the course of 1,000 years, we have found them to be a very seductive virus. While here in this world, I have been infected by the virus of feeling, and have consequently attained powerful magic energy. To abandon this would be grievous and painful. To even think this way shows how deeply the virus has infected me. But the virus's seduction has been quite satisfying, and it still is.
Well, that pretty much should sum everything up about the entire situation between Kime's homeworld and basically what's going on in the real world. Well, the real world that is this game. But, yeah. I wasn't necessarily paying attention throughout the entire thing, and I had to listen to it twice. Why? Because, well, I'm recording this in post-commentary, as I mentioned before, and, well, I recorded this before, so it's the reason why I was able to actually listen to this twice. So basically, 1 year is an equivalent of 1,000 years passing in this world. So it's kind of like the time frame when it comes to like Mobius, which is Sonic's homeworld, and the planet Earth. Like, let's say, I am not sure. I think, 10 years on Earth is an equivalent of 1 year on Mobius. So yeah, the axis of Mobius and pretty much this game, not this game's world, but the Kime's homeworld is actually quite far spread between time and space, and it's a lot of stuff that has to do with astronomy and space, time, and all this other crap. Also, I never really raided Gongora's office after I was finished Secret Dungeon, and when I raided his office for the first time, I actually got a couple of new treasures, and I also found this.
Eternity is amazing. To not have fear of death. As long as I am in this world, I am immortal, akin to a god. I am this world's time and history in one person. However, to remain so, I must destroy the Tower of Mirrors. But if I do, it will break the link to the power of my home world, and I will lose the magic energy in this world. If that happens, my immortality will be swept along in the flow of time. I need to create a magic energy engine in this world to replace the Tower of Mirrors. An engine would stamp out the interference from my whole world and give me access to even more magic energy here. First, I must establish a power base to ensure that this world runs according to my will, the royal house of Uhra. I can position myself into that house to gain power and manipulate the people with that power. And the magic energy, my place as a god, shall be guaranteed!
Okay, so with that thought spear, or whatever the hell this thing is, that basically told us the meaning of Grandstaff and why it was constructed in the first place. So for those who don't know, Tower of Mirrors produce magic energy into this world. And if the Tower of Mirrors gets destroyed, the magic energy will cease to exist. So hence the reason why Gongora made Grandstaff in the first place. To pretty much store all that magic energy and multiply it like, I don't know, maybe tenfold plus. And yeah, that's basically why Grandstaff was created. And he's going to use Grandstaff to actually replace the Tower of Mirrors. Hence the reason why Gongora wants to destroy the Tower of Mirrors in the first place. And I guess that's also the reason why he wants to manipulate the people of the planet, especially the people of Uhra. And yeah, that essentially is it. So with that, we pretty much go to the top of the royal castle of Uhra to break this royal seal that's been up here. And yeah, that does count as a royal seal. However, you don't really get much of anything out of it at all, and you cannot break this royal seal until you break the rest of them. So keep this in mind too. So with that, a being from the past is that I think this is actually Toten's great-great-grandfather, who is actually the first king of Uhra. So yeah, we pretty much have to fight his ancestor. And to tell the truth, this fight can be pretty difficult if you don't know what to do. And if you don't have the skill complete defense, you cannot do this at all. At least I think so, anyway. So, yeah, because this is an optional quest thing that you can do, there is no voice acting. So you pretty much have to read everything that you see on screen. Pretty much like with the Kowloon Village tournament. And also, I realized another reason why I wanted to make this video a full 30 minutes. Plus, the reason is because I wanted to make it one video less, so that way you don't have to sit through and, you know, like 2 or 3 videos plus, you know, doing certain side quests, certain things. Pretty much like I did with the last thing I did with Kowloon Village. And yeah, for some reason the music kind of delayed there. I guess the game was loading, which was kind of strange. And another thing I want to mention with this battle, this actually took me 2 tries to actually beat him. The reason is because I majorly screwed up at a couple of different parts. And you'll see when I screw up, when I am actually given the option to actually choose my skills and attack, etc., etc. For the first few turns, you are able to attack this person as many times as you want. Maybe not, but once every turn. And here I thought I'd had to use complete defense. As I will soon learn, that is completely wrong. Also, be sure Toten is at a pretty high level at this point, like around level 44, level 45. I think I have at level 42, I think. The minimum level I think you should have Toten at least is level 40 before doing this. The reason, yeah, he needs high HP in order to withstand this guy's attacks. So, yeah, just thought I'd mention that right now. And also, yeah, this, after you read through all this, I think, yeah, this is when you're supposed to activate complete defense. The reason is because of this attack that's going to happen right now. That is ultimate hit. Ultimate hit is one of the most powerful attacks in the game. And, yeah. For some reason, complete defense did not actually completely defend me at all. It's the reason why I took massive damage right there. So after this point, you're supposed to use ultimate hit as well. The reason I say this is because he grants you the power to actually use ultimate hit against him. However, I made a very serious mistake by trying to heal Toten. And this was probably the worst thing I could have done this entire thing. That is the reason why I am now dead. So, yeah. Bye-bye, Toten. And that's the end of that. Game over. So, after that point, I decided to just go ahead and skip to the point of when I'm granted ultimate hit. Ultimate hit, it neutralizes, well, no, it actually devastates all enemy targets. However, it takes multiple turns to execute, and after you execute this move, Toten will not be able to move at all for several turns. So, yeah, that's Ultimate Hit in a nutshell. And in this battle, it doesn't cost any MP to use Ultimate Hit. However, another thing I want to mention with Ultimate Hit, it actually costs 100 MP to use. And I think only Toten is allowed to use this move. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think other Immortals can learn this move as well, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried skill linking it with Toten or anything like that. And with that, we get the Age of the King and the King Ring, and another achievement, and the end of this video. So see you guys next time for second half of Grand Staff. Bye!